Hello, kindergarten artists. Today we're going to make an owl. Let me show you what your finished owl is going to look like. Here is my finished owl. This is 3D art, so it is a sculpture. We're going to use Model Magic to make our owls today. So your first job is to roll your Model Magic into a ball. So you can do that in between your hands or on your desk. We want a sphere. That's what a 3D circle is called. Now we're going to take our hand and we're going to squish our sphere flat like a pancake. You got to push kind of hard for this one. And I also like to flip it over. Make sure you flip it over so that it doesn't get stuck down too much. There we go. Now we have this nice flat pancake of Model Magic. Now we're going to add some texture. Texture is how something feels. We're going to add texture to the bottom half of our owl. So that's going to turn into this part here that has like feathers. So I'm going to use the top of my marker and I'm going to push it in kind of like I'm holding it on an angle, like I'm writing. Better zoom in so you can see a little bit better here. So then I'm going to push that in, push and pick up. We don't want to push too hard. We don't want to push through the Model Magic, but we're going to push in so that we have, hopefully you can see my nice texture on there. All right. So now the next step is we're going to bring the two sides in. So I'm going to take the sides and roll it up. So I don't want it to go all the way closed, kind of like a little burrito. Okay. So I folded in my owl's wings and then now I have this shape like this. Okay. I'm going to fold his head down now. So that takes a little bit more work. I got to kind of fold it and then I'm going to kind of pinch his ears so he has ears again. So now I have this little owl shape. Hopefully you can see him pretty good. We're going to add a little bit more texture using our markers. I'm going to give him some eyes. So I'm going to push those markers in to give my owl some eyes, and he needs a nose too. What can we use for a nose? I think I'm going to use a pencil. I just have a colored pencil here, but any pencil would work fine. I'm going to take that and you can either draw a little V for his nose, or I'm just going to take this pencil and just kind of push it in. So he's got kind of like a dent in there. So he is kind of hard to see under my camera. Hopefully you can see him now. The next job is just to color. So when you're coloring with markers, you got to be really careful that we don't want to change our owl at all, right? So we're going to be real gentle when we push to color him in. Ooh, when I color this, I can really see the texture. I'm going to add some red lines for those feathers. Remember, not too hard. We don't want to push too hard and change our design too much. I'm going to color this owl the same as my first owl. So he has a yellow beak. And instead of coloring in all of his brown feathers, I'm just going to use some lines. So I'm just drawing some lines all around his face and also on his wings over here so that he looks nice and fluffy and feathery. I'm going to draw another line kind of on the edge of the wing there, just so you can really see where he is. Now, the one thing to make him look like my other owl is that I carefully got to add some blue around that pink so he's got that beautiful eye. All right, and there you have it, Model Magic Owls.